Good afternoon, everyone. It's about 5:32 Mountain Standard Time. I'm still hovering around northeastern Arizona as there is still significant fire activity in the area, and they want everyone to just shelter in place and stay safe. There is still smoke in the area, however, we are receiving monsoon activity in the Pinetop Lakeside, Show Low areas, and that seems to be helping. The fire that is on the reservation is 2 miles southwest of Canyon Day, Arizona. Canyonday, Canyon Day. I have actually taught at that middle school in Canyon Day when I was substitute teaching prior. So today I want to talk to you about a close encounter of the first kind that I had back in the late 70s. This was after I had discovered my love for music in junior high and high school. I started out playing clarinet and in the junior high orchestra. And when the company that my father bought or leased out the clarinet from came to the band room and repossessed my clarinet because he didn't make the payments, I was in 6th grade at the time. So, of course, that was very embarrassing. I went back to my seat after I relinquished the clarinet with the case, and I sat there with my head hanging down, and eventually I did drop out of band. So I was second chair, and the director was considering making me first chair. So clarinet is a woodwind, and then I went on to high school in the 7th grade. No, junior high, sorry. Went on to junior high, became a bully, and took me 2 years to get through that. The counselor said, "Do I need to call your guardian and tell him what you're up to?" Well, that put a stop to everything, as you can imagine. So, went to 3 different high schools. First, I went to a high school in Buna, Texas. There was no choir, band, just sports. So I ran track, and I was terrible at that. So, anyway, I just played basketball in the gym that 1 year I was there. After 9th grade, I moved on to Kirbyville, spent 10th grade there. What I did discover when I signed up for classes was that they offered concert choir. We didn't have a band at that high school at the time. We just had performing choir. So I decided to sign up for it. Didn't even know I could sing. And by the time the school year ended, I was ready for the next step. Then I went to Port Neches Groves my last 2 years in high school. That's where I met my tribe, so to speak. Tribe of musicians from the Golden Triangle area attending my high school. And we all found each other, came together. I again joined the concert choir, and ended up, I was in there both years, ended up placing first place in the all-region girls choir in Texas, and graduated from PNG. My best friend and I, we ended up getting married, like Labor Day weekend in September after I graduated. And I was pregnant with my first child. And one day we were over at his parents' house. And, excuse me, I haven't told this story in quite a number of years. So, Chuck and I and his father, all three of us were out by the garage, and I felt this breeze, like a fan blows air. And I felt it on the left-hand side of my body. Well, I looked over. I felt something was there. I would say it was about the same time of day. In Texas right now, it would be 7:38. So it was before dark. And I looked over, and there was a round UFO with lights all around the bottom, kind of like the UFOs in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Very round. It looked to be like made of a copper material. It was hovering over an empty field west of my father-in-law's home. And it wasn't vibrating. It wasn't, making any sound whatsoever. It was just hovering right there over the grass. It didn't leave any evidence, any marks on the ground. It stayed there. And Chuck was actually the one that started to get unwound about this. And we're talking, he was like a football player size. 6'3", 250 pounds, broad in the shoulders. I mean, he could absolutely defend himself. But this man that I married, that I thought, nothing could ever shake him, was turning pale. And he looks at his father and says, "Daddy, call the Air Force. They need to come out here and observe what's going on." And his father said, "Chuck, just leave them alone." He said, "They'll be gone in a minute. They're probably just an observance. We're not going to fire at them. We're not going to retaliate. We're not going to run either. We don't run. We stand our ground." So I would say the UFO just kept hovering right there in one space. And before I knew it, I looked again. I guess it lasted about 3 to 5 minutes. And it just took off. It was in the air and gone, just as quick as it came. So, how did I feel about that? My mother had worked at NASA. My father was in the Air Force, and he was used to communicate with the star people in Korea. That's what he specialized in. There, I said it. So I'm guessing that I wasn't afraid because I have that in my DNA. It doesn't shake me. It doesn't bother me. I understand that there are people from other places that come to visit us. And so There have been other experiences that I've had with sightings in my travels from Arizona to New Mexico, from coming back to Arizona from Texas. I've seen quite a few. So, if you'd like to hear more stories like this, and you got something out of this video, please like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching my videos, and I've been wanting to talk about this since I started this channel, but I wanted to ease into things, you know. So there you go. And there you have it. They're out there. They are among us. Only thing to do is just love one another. Peace. Until the next time.